Hi, this is Christina from Lady Modern Jewelry. Today we'll be making a simple dangle earring to connect your polymer clay pieces to. You'll need 2 of your clay pieces with holes, 2 fishhook earrings, 2 jump rings, I believe these are 6mm, 2 1-inch eye pins, and 6 beads. Here I have 4 seed beads and 2 crystal beads. For our tools today, you will need 2 round needle nose pliers, and I'm going to be using this 1.5mm looper. It's certainly not necessary. You can make your loops yourself, but I find this way easier, so I always use it if I can. We're going to start by opening up our jump rings. Now we'll do this by bending one of the sides up and the other side down. Make sure we are not opening the jump ring wide. Always swing one side down and one side up. Make sure your jump ring is opened wide enough to fit through your clay piece and carefully thread that through the hole. This is what the jump ring will look like when it's through the hole. And if you ever find yourself struggling, it might be because either your jump ring is not large enough, perhaps it's not open wide enough, the gauge might be too large. Sometimes it takes a bit of troubleshooting to figure out which jump ring would be the best. Next, we'll be working with the eye pin. Most eye pins do not come fully closed, so we're going to take our pliers and give that a little squeeze and make sure that that loop is fully closed. Slide your beads onto the eye pin in a small, large, small pattern, and here is where our looper comes into play. In the photo, notice how I have the eye pin flat facing me, perfectly straight. It's important to make sure that it's straight so that the next loop we make is in the same direction. Take a moment here to see how we have the pin inserted. You see we're right up against the beads, but with a little bit of space so that we don't crush the beads. Now if you begin to lightly squeeze the looper, it will take hold of the pin and you'll see it'll begin to cut the end of it off. Make sure the cutting end is not facing you because sometimes the pieces can fly away. Here's what it looks like after the extra has been cut and the looper is beginning to create the loop on the end. Stop when the loop is about parallel. Take a good look at this photo to see. While still holding the looper in this position, we are going to bend our piece back a little bit. This will give us the proper angle for our loop. Just be careful that the looper is not touching any of the beads or else you might crack and break them. Now very carefully and slowly continue forming your loop, and you might not be able to close it quite all the way without risking cracking one of your beads, and that's okay. Here's a good photo of what I mean. I didn't completely close my loop because I did not want to crack my bead, but that's okay because we can use our pliers to close it fully. Now take your piece out of the looper carefully, and this is what it will look like. Now we are going to be connecting to this loop, so we don't want to close it yet. We actually want to open it, and we do this by very carefully swinging that end out. Again, make sure we are not opening our pieces wide, swing them out. Next, grab your fishhook earring and slide it onto the open loop. And to close the loop, we will be swinging the side back in until it meets flush with the base of the pin. Here's what it looks like all connected. Next, we'll be sliding that bottom loop onto our jump ring, just like this. And using our 2 pliers, we will be closing the jump ring the same way that we opened it, by sliding one side up and one side down until they meet flush in the middle. Try and be sure that the ends meet perfectly in the middle. We don't want to leave any spaces at all because we don't want our piece to slide out through any gaps. And there you have it, a completed dainty little dangle. This is a great way to use up scraps in some of your smaller polymer clay pieces you might have. And it's also a great way to add a little bit of bling and sparkle to your dangles, which is always fun. This also works well with studs and even larger clay pieces to make super cute earrings. Thank you all so much for watching today. I hope this was helpful. If you'd like to see more of my work, you can follow me at Lady Modern Jewelry on Instagram and Etsy. Remember, you are beautiful and creative. See you next time, everyone. Bye!